Okay, can you hear me now? Perfect. Okay. All right. And can you see the screen? Okay, perfect. All right. Good, 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 good. All right. Welcome everybody to the Warmington Luxury Consulting Masterclass. This masterclass is specifically designed for the CEO of a service-based business or a product-based business. Either one, you're going to learn a lot from this masterclass. And what I want you guys to do is to ask questions along the way. To do that, there's a chat function at the bottom of your Zoom screen. You'll see the words chat. Click that, and on the right hand side you'll see a message board where you can put your questions, and we're going to stop along the way just to answer those questions. So I always advise people when starting a business or running a business to be customer centric. Think about your product or service from the point of view of the customer and them enjoying it, and then work backwards. So you always have to ask yourself, why would anybody want to work with your business? Why should they choose your business over the multitude of other businesses that are out there? Take out a note card and just jot down 5 things, and keep that note card in your wallet. Keep it someplace on your desk. Keep it someplace close, because there are going to be some challenging times in your business that you may not feel like you're at your best. But if you focus on one of those 5 things that make somebody want to choose your business, it'll help you push through any of the hard times. So once again, looking at from the point of view of the customer, they think about the service or product first, then they look for the company. So that's their thought process. They have a need, they need a service or product to solve that need, and then they look for a company. Always look at it from that. I have to do my taxes. That's a need. I need an accountant to do my taxes. That's the service. What companies are out there? That's what I'm going to Google for, is accountants in Brooklyn. And then once they look at the multitude of companies that are out there, they ask themselves, does this company have a good reputation? Is your company different from the others? Starting with does it have a good reputation? Always make sure that you have reviews on your website, or reviews on your social media page, just to highlight that your company it has a good reputation. Signing up with the Better Business Bureau, having that type of accreditation helps you. Is your company different from the others? If you have differences from your competitors, try to highlight that as much as possible, because that'll help you to stand out when they're comparing you to other companies. Does your company make my life easier? That's really what customers are thinking. Besides the price, is it worth the money? They want to know, is it going to make my life easier? If there are 2 companies, but like there's your company and a competitor, you're more expensive, but you're the company that's going to go that extra mile to, maybe make my life easier. There's less of a process to get the product or get the service than that other company. However extra you are to that competitor, I would be more willing to work with you. So just think about it from the point of view of the customer. Does your company have a good reputation? If so, are you showing it on your website, on your social media pages, on your Yelp page? Is your company different from others? If so, how? Show me how. And does your company make my life easier? If so, how? How do you make my life easier than other companies? And it's because you make my life easier, you will be worth the money. I want to talk about mission statement and core values. The reason why this is important is because your mission statement and core values are going to shine through your product and service. Whatever it is that you believe, whether you have written it down or not, your principles will shine through to your service, through your product, through your branding. And it also shines through to the people that you partner with, the people that work for you and with you. So you want to, if you have not already, write out a mission statement and core values. Your mission statement and core values should be actionable. It shouldn't be, oh, we are about giving quality service, but like, how are you about giving quality service? We make sure to always meet deadlines at a reasonable time, or we make sure to respond to emails and phone calls. Our communication is as excellent. Whatever it is, make it actionable, make it something that anybody in your company can follow to achieve the mission statement, which is, to offer quality service and to be the best in our industry. Also make sure that it's profitable. To have a core value, say, well, we make sure that we answer phones 24/7. You'll never be a phone call that, will never get answered. We're always there. If you can't hire somebody to be there 24/7 to answer the phones, that may not be something you want to have as part of your mission statement or core values. Your mission statement or core values should also define your strengths. What are your strengths as a company? Is it good leadership? Is it teamwork? Is it patience? Is it honesty, integrity? What is it about your team, aka you, that makes your company great? What is its strength? If you want a reference that can help you create a mission statement of core values, a great book by Jack Welch. It's called Winning. The first chapter is all about mission statements and core values. And he talks about pretty much billion-dollar companies creating mission statements and core values and how they have changed over the years and how to make it actionable, how to make it profitable, how to make sure it defines what you're really good at. This is an excellent example from PwC. They're an accounting firm. Provide unrivaled level of service to contribute to the sustained growth of the economy. They talk about profitability through the execution of vigorous, fair, and high quality audits. That's how they make it actionable based on clear leadership and creative teamwork. Those are their strengths. So you can see here they have followed the 3 steps of making it actionable, profitable, and defining their strengths. It's actionable in the sense that they're vigorous, they're fair, they're high quality, and our strengths are leadership and creative teamwork. They pretty much shout it out to you that we're the best through their mission statement. The next part of this, before we go on to the next stages, do you have any questions so far? Let me just check the chat, see if there's any questions. Any questions so far? Okay, so the next part is finding the ideal client. Now, this is like the holy grail of businesses. How do I get that perfect client? How do I get a bunch of awesome clients and then my business will really take off if I just got 10, 20, 50 awesome clients? Like, I just really want clients. Well, the key to finding the ideal client is to define what the ideal client is for you and your business. So first, you start off looking at buying patterns and relationship. How many times a month do you want somebody to buy from you, or per year to buy from you? And what type of relationship do you want to have with them? Is it you want them to buy only online and they never see your face, or you want them to be able to interact with you or call you? Do they do everything virtually? Do they do it in person, or is it a mixture of both? How do you want the relationship to be? Start off with your current clients, your current customers. Pick out the best ones, the top 5 ones that you just absolutely love, and just break down some of their characteristics and their demographic. Like, where do they live? How do they handle the price? How many times do they buy per month or per year? Then on the other side of this Venn diagram, think about your unicorn customers, the clients that are absolutely perfect. They do not exist because it's not realistic, but what does that look like? They tell all their friends. They never use your competition. They have no idea what the competition's like. They're easygoing. They love your product. Whatever those characteristics are, write that down. And the similarities between your current awesome clients and your unicorn clients, that is what your ideal customer is. That is the demographic of your ideal customer that works for you. And always when looking at this, make sure that you think about people who pay and pay on time. That was a feature that I did for my business. I looked at the people who paid me without haggling on the price. And they paid me on time. And then within that demographic, I looked at who actually not only paid me on time, but actually I appreciated the relationship that we had. I appreciated getting a phone call from them because I knew, that they were easygoing and they were easy to work with. I didn't have to ask too much for us to have a partnership in the business. So that's how I did it. Do what works for you, but definitely do a comparison of what you currently have in terms of clients, the best clients, and what you desire, and within that middle, the similarity between those two categories, that is your ideal customer. Once you have this information down, you need to create a case study. You need to look at where does this ideal customer live? What do they do for fun? Where do they work? Do they have kids? Are they married? Are they single? What's their income level? Where do they go to the gym? Where do they go grocery shopping? Who are they? Once you understand that, then you know where to go as a business. You then understand that where you need to position yourself to then get those ideal customers. Ideal customers don't just come from marketing and word of mouth. They come from positioning yourself as a CEO as well as a business in the right rooms, in the right areas, so that the ideal clients can see you and then work with you. A Warmington Luxury Consulting pro tip number one, birds of a feather flock together. So if you do a case study based on your ideal customer and you find out all that information of where they live, where they have fun, etc., if you have found one ideal client in that space, you will find another, because birds of a feather flock together. There are more ideal clients in that person's environment, in their spirit, in their house, in their building, on their block. So just keep that in mind. And another pro tip that I stress, especially to small business owners, don't sell where people can't afford to buy. A lot of times starting out, you may not want to price where you feel like you want to price, but you price what you think that people can buy. And you wind up shortchanging yourself because you're not pricing as high as you should. And you're only damaging your company. So don't sell where people can't afford to buy. And I thought about these two pro tips, birds of feather flock together in terms of people, and then looking at a business where they should try to sell their product. And I thought about applying it to other industries and other companies. And I thought about Metro PCS. I'm like, you know what? Metro PCS is an affordable phone service provider, but it's on the lower tier. I wonder where they position their stores. So I decided to do some Google Maps. And sure enough, you'll find that Metro PCS, a subsidiary of T-Mobile, they are strategically located in neighborhoods, non-affluent neighborhoods, because they know who their customer is, and they know where they live, and they know where they need to position themselves. This is a prime example. Just look at where they're located. They just know their customers are not in Sunset Park. They're not in Gowanus. They're not in Carroll Gardens. They're just nowhere near there. They are in Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights, East Flatbush. I think they call that Prospect Lefferts Gardens now. And even in, I think, parts of East New York. So they know where their demographic